Hello, everybody. Brian here. Coffee with the Disability Guys on this fine, snowy first, Monday in February. Our friend Poxitani Phil has seen his shadow and has decided that 6 more weeks of winter are in store. So we started off with a nice little snow coating last night. Anywho, so much in the news. And again, while I try not to be political, and you can feel any way you want regarding the whole issue going on with undocumented aliens, non-citizens, the reality is that undocumented workers make up a huge portion of the workforce for those dangerous and dirty jobs that nobody else wants to do. So, feel however you want, whether they should be here or not here, whatever it might be. The fact of the matter is people are here working. So that brings me to this idea of, well, what happens if that individual gets hurt? Now, I've heard from people, well, why should they get anything since they're undocumented, they're illegal? Well, they're working. They're doing a job. And the New York State Workers' Compensation Law actually was and is this progressive law that puts the social benefit of workers ahead of others to try to help them get some compensation while they're out of work and to get them medical care. So I'm going to break out something funny. The law. Yep, you heard me. So just like in the movies when you can specifically find that page right away, Section 17 of the New York State Workers' Compensation Law is titled Aliens. And it says compensation under this chapter to aliens not residents or about to become non-residents of the United States or Canada shall be the same in amount as provided for the residents, except that dependents in any foreign country shall be limited to the surviving spouse and child or children. So what does this really mean? And this goes all the way back to 1922, so over 100 years ago. Well, what this was all about was, look, they recognized that there were people that were here working in the United States, whether documented or undocumented, that might be deported or leave the United States. And therefore, they still should get benefits because the purpose of the law is to provide benefits for people who are working. It has nothing to do with your status in terms of citizenship. It has nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that, hey, an individual is working and they get hurt. What would happen if a worker had no recourse? They couldn't sue their employer. They couldn't get workers' compensation. It would encourage workers to hire even more undocumented workers because they can do what I've seen them actually do. Drop some guy off at the hospital, give a fake name, and tell some weird story to the front desk that has nothing to do with a work accident and drive away. And that is patently unfair. So regardless, an individual is doing a job and they get hurt, they should be entitled to benefits. In fact, as long as they provide the proof that they're out of work because of the condition and not because of their status, they should be entitled to benefits. So a small consolation for everything that's going on with documented and undocumented workers right now. We wish everybody good luck and to be safe. And if you have any questions about this or anything else related to workers' compensation or disability, give us a shout out here at the Disability Guys. And go get a cup of coffee before the tariffs make the price right through the roof.